what about actual carry? I mean, because I guess it's got to be mentioned. Spectre Arcana. Maybe? Okay, Lifestealer. Never mind. So as soon as I say it, the team's just like, absolutely not.
Okay, that's interesting. It's kind of both their supports have high burst damage magic wise, right?
Yeah.
Lifestealer's pretty decent, but I think Dragon Knight Lifestealer core is kind of low damage for a while. And you're playing it into Disruptor. I mean, if Disruptor gets this ult off on Lifestealer, he's not a BKB buyer. He's not gonna be able to deal with that. So it was a very confident response pick there. They did not hesitate for a second.
So what?
I mean, I guess it's still good though, right? Because you can't get glimpsed.
Darkseer. Lyrical's going to be super chuffed. Maybe not, that he's not casting this game, but Darkseer is. He keeps going on about how strong the Darkseer actually is. He's super on the Darkseer hype train. So is this hero as good as Lyrical makes it out to be?
I'm also a extreme Darkseer hype fan, so hell yeah, let's get it. His head is so pointy, Rob. You have no idea.
That is a pointy head, and as we all know, that is the quality assurance that we all need in Dota. It's.
I like this so much because they have supports with control, right? So they can potentially try and go on Darkseer a little bit, but Lifestealer doesn't. He doesn't have open wounds anymore. Not that it would matter. Darkseer's Surge is just going to be really good for him in this lane. I don't think he should feel threatened at all. I think with Nyx Assassin in his lane, they have kill potential onto the supports. They're both low HP supports, right? So, get the Impale off. You have 2 Ion Shells. They should die. There's potential there. This seems good. And, of course, they changed Dragon Knight so that his corrosive breath from his dragon form now actually works with illusions. Therefore, if you get a Darkseer illusion going of this guy when he's ulted, it is actually good. It actually does stuff now, Rob.
Yay!
Hallelujah!
Yeah, looking at the control, I didn't actually think about that. The vacuum into the magnetic field, static storm, then you've got the Terrorblade that just pops even more illusion. Oh god, my computer's gonna die. Well, pour one out for my computer, as all the illusions will probably kill my frames. However, yeah, looking at the Death Prophet's going to be banned. What else do you think that Team Unique are looking to take out here with this final ban? Is there anything that you think just absolutely steps on Team Unique's draft that you think, oh god, we can't be playing up against that?
Viper? I think Viper would be really good against Dragon Knight and Lifestealer here. What's it called? When he spits on the ground, that would be really good. Yeah, that'd be great. And the Viper roll into Lifestealer would make life really hard for him, I think. Also, like a hero that's not super easily counterable. They've banned Lina and Puck, right? Those heroes kind of don't care overly about Viper. They can either outmaneuver it or just trade with it in lane. I actually think this would be a great Viper pick, and you can buy Ags, and that lowers the cooldown of the ult to like 12 seconds or something. And at that point, you're just handling this Lifestealer in fights. I think you make his life very hard, and it can fight early. And usually your problem with Viper, right, is you have no mobility, and I think Darkseer's Surge allows him to have that maneuverability to chase heroes down, to be a threat on the map. I would actually love to see that. And Dendy's played it, so it's not off the table,
Yeah. And I do love a Viper as well. I think any lane, you can just stick him in any lane, and he just absolutely runs rampant. But what are they going to go for? Because they've got 3 seconds left on this reserve time.
Oh my god, they did it again! Dendy! Why? I mean, it's not the worst.
No, this is absolutely great, because then Ice Frog's going to see how underpowered this hero is. He's going to buff it right up, and then I'm going to be able to play Wind Ranger and get free MMR in the next patch. This is, I applaud this. I am 100% on the Wind Ranger train here for bait.
I have to carry Slax's soul and spirit inside of me here. You're in an elimination match, bait. You don't just pick Wind Ranger. It's not gonna work.
It could work. I mean, I'm focusing on all the other heroes. Like the Wind Ranger here is kind of like the surplus damage hero, a little bit of extra control. But I'm looking at the Darkseer, the Disrupt, the Terrorblade is like the 3 heroes. The big wombo combo here that's gonna go up against Team Unique, and You know, it's going to be a 5-man vacuum into the magnetic static storm combo, and Terrorblade's going to spawn all these illusions, and everything's just going to die, and it's going to be fantastic. And
if
but I'm seeing it in my mind. Like I'm getting, you know, it's there. I can see it, and I'm just waiting for this to happen, and Bait's going to force it through to a game number 3. But quick glance, both drafts again, without looking at the actual players. You know, no outside influence. What draft here do you think is going to be, or what draft is your favorite coming out from these two teams? Unique. Okay.
Super unique by far. I think if the Lifestealer doesn't go Radiance, I think Radiance is like a trap item against stuff like Terrorblade and PL. I think if he just goes some Desolator and him and Ghostic just run around the map, you know, infested, they can kill anyone, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe like some high damage build, you know, this Deso, this Nullifier, you know, none of the heroes are going to be able to live through it, I think, would be what I'd like to see from him. You have this Kunkka's going to handle the Wind Ranger. I was thinking last game, they picked Ember against the Wind Ranger, so they clearly liked that matchup, and it seemed to go well for them. Maybe the lane was like a little bit even, maybe more even than they like. But I think Kunkka is a great hero against Wind Ranger. In lane, it's very difficult for her to deal with the splash. She's gonna die to his combo, you know, and you have this Darkseer, right? He wants to surge heroes around. He wants to move them out of fights. He wants to save people. Kunkka's gonna stop that. I just really like Unique's draft here. I think it's much better.
Okay, well, we'll have to see how this pays off. Slayer's going to go for the Blightstone straight off the bat. Ghostic, again, got himself the 2 Gauntlets of Strength, so it looks like a Soul Run coming off there. But apart from that, no real major shocks. You know, gone are the days where supports by the first item Basilisk, and you kind of go that way. But yeah, it's no surprises there as far as I can see.
Yeah, I think the best thing you can do on a support in general is just buy a lot of regen. You'll just see these people bringing out like tangos and salves and stuff. It's not only good, you know, to be able to out regen your enemy so you can always keep laning, but it also means that your offlaner or carry so-and-so can be a little bit more greedy. You know, like this Dragon Knight starts with his 2 gauntlets. In part because he's just a tanky hero, you know, he's going to get Dragon Blood, he's not going to be able to be pressured out of lane, but you know, he can do this because he knows he has Lion with a salve, Hoodwink with a salve, whichever one goes with him, you know, they're going to be able to keep him healthy.
Stop jungling, let's push.
And setting up here, so do we see a smoke from either side in the items? It looks like we don't, so it's just going to be this straight up. It looks like they're setting up for a 5 versus 5. Obviously, maybe not consciously, but you know, both teams looking to protect this top lane rune. And I guess Team Unique are the team that are contesting this, because usually you see the Dire team pull the bottom lane rune so they can be close to the map side rune when it spawns. But yeah, no, both teams, or at least Team Unique, looking to get a little bit of aggro here on this first rune pickup.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer Unique's lineup here at level 1 First Blood, just because you have stun from Lion from range, you know, into another stun from Dragon Knight. They have so much CC for this fight at level 1, and you don't want to skill meta and use it on Terrorblade at level 1. Like, he's already running bot. He just doesn't want to be a part of this.
Okay, let's see it's actually going to be Team Unique. Yeah, they've moved away from this rune now. Lifesteal is still there. Does he want to be coming through? He's not skilled up the rage just yet, but yeah, the double support's just enough to make him a bit worried about going into this, and it is going to be, looks like the Lifestealer as well as the Hoodwink on one lane, and then the Lion and the Dragon Knight on the other, up against the Disruptor and the Terrorblade here on the bottom lane. Top lane is going to be the Nyx Assassin as well as the Darkseer. Now, this is another one. Those little combos that come through. People love the Nyx Assassin with the Darkseer because you can drop that Iron Shell on him right before he goes for the Vendetta. You know, is that something that you think we're going to be seeing a lot of this match? Just that like quick rotation, Iron Shell Vendetta damage coming through.
Yeah, I mean, they have to make plays with Darkseer and Nyx this game because they don't have a melee core to kind of utilize Darkseer with. right? Usually, you have this Darkseer, you want to pick something like Ember Spirit, you want to pick something like Void Spirit, something that jumps in with the Iron Shell, does a lot of damage, kills a hero. For them, this game, that's going to be Nyx. You want this Wind Ranger, you want this Nyx to like just run at people, be buffed up by Darkseer, and that's your plan. This Terrorblade is just going to hyper farm, and he's going to get his items, and he should be able to potentially carry. I'm only concerned because Unique have a lot of early game as well to fight back. This Kunkka, this DK is very high pressure. And this game on bait, who's defending your towers? You don't have this Timbersaw anymore. You have a Darkseer. Darkseer's okay at pushing creeps, but, Kunkka can clear those really fast. And you're not going to be getting an Ags early on from, on Darkseer to buff up the creep HP.
Yeah, it looks like...
So, I don't know.
Bignum, it was just off camera, but Bignum was super low. Watson got him down to, like, I think it was about 30 HP. And obviously the Disruptor dies just off camera, which is, my usual first blood. But, this bottom lane, it's okay. We saw all the action. Everyone knew what was going on. Chat will be fine with that, but yeah, no, this bottom lane, it just looks like it's an absolute skirmish in terms of the pressure being put on from both sides. Watson has popped the Metamorphosis, so that it's going to be wearing off, so he's going to be back to melee attacks, but yeah, the damage coming out on both supports. In fact, Bignum, he had to use all his regen. He had to pop Salve because he's being pushed back by No Fear. Courier coming through. It's going to be the Salve as well as the boots for Ghost Stick. Hopefully trying to keep Lion alive. But yeah, the force back, No Fear, going to be pushed back right towards that tier 1 tower. I want to keep an eye on this lane just because of how aggressive both teams are playing here. Ghost Stick, like you say, 1 point into the Dragon Tail, 2 points into the Dragon's Blood, and looking really strong at the minute. And Watson, once that Metamorphosis is back up, like that was how we got, or one of the factors that got the line so low. So I'm wondering if he's just going to get super aggressive on the line every time this Metamorphosis comes up.
Yeah, they have kill potential on both sides. I think Dragon Knight and Lion can kill this Disruptor, and I think TB with Meta and Disruptor spells can kill Lion. I think Dragon Knight should generally be fine. I don't think they have enough control on the side of bait to lock down DK enough to kill him, especially when he can just, stun and walk away.
Like the Dragon Knights do. Top lane, it's going to be a little bit of aggression onto Slayer though. The Bushwhack comes out and Slayer's going to get pretty down low. The Vacuum back in though, that's an early point into the Vacuum. A TSA will be able to get the kill onto the Slayer, but Palintimos, is he going to be able to get that reverse kill? There was no Spike Carapace to come out. In fact, not even level 3 to proc that, skill that one up yet, so it's going to be a trade. Support for support there, but yeah, this is a really early point. Is this something that Darkseers are doing at the minute? Because usually to me, it's Iron Shells and Surges that get skilled up in the early game.
Darkseer's very flexible in his skill build. Personally, I really enjoy him for that reason. If you need Surge, you can go it right, but I don't think they feel threatened on Darkseer to the point that they need Surge at level 2, right? Vacuum, very good. They changed it a lot over the years to, through all its numbers, it now is basically a 100 damage nuke. Granted it's on a very long cooldown, but if you're feeling like you want to play aggressive like they did, they tried to go for their kill. I think Vacuum is much better than Surge. It does more.
Oh, the double Bushwhack into this. Are they going to try and chase this one down? Like you say, there's no open wounds, but the rage will be coming through here from Palintimos. Do they have the damage? It looks like Palintimos just going to back himself off, and then there's the Mana Burn to follow up after the rage wears off. Yeah, I didn't realize that Vacuum shows how much I play Darkseer. But I didn't realize the Vacuum was a 60-second cooldown at level 1 of Ghost Stick on the bottom lane. They're going to try and go for this. Ghost Stick going to be forced back towards that tier 1 tower. But, yeah, 60-second cooldown on that. Bushwhack comes out once again. Darkseer does have the Surge this time, and now will try to run himself away. TSA was close, did have an Earth Spike or an Impale. And, are they going to try and go for this? The Vacuum, the Rage will be able to negate that, and there's the Earth Spike to come through. Slayer gets it, or the Impale to come through. Slayer gets it with the Bushwhack. Palintimos even gets a couple of right clicks there onto TSA, just for good measure.
Yeah. Okay, if I am Unique right now, I'm running my Lion to mid, and I'm trying to kill Dendy, because FN is absolutely dumpstering the mid lane. He has 35 blast hits to Dendy's 20. He's level 6 already, Dendy's still 5. They have so much kill potential. He did just use Boat to try and go on Dendy a bit, so I think next cooldown it would be really good if they brought a support to try and go for that. I think No Fear is even anticipating it, and he's sitting mid right now to try and see if he can protect Dandy. Especially in live, these 6-minute runes they're about to hit.
Oh, the focus fire will be coming through. Where's the impale? TSA is actually not going to go for it. Does cancel the clarity there onto Hoodwink. But yeah, we've got a good old 3v3 mid, it looks like. As long as the supports. Yeah. Bignum just securing the DD there as well to make sure that TSA, is he trying to chase out? Oh, it was just for the bounty runes and Slayer. That's actually the second one he's stolen from the side of the Radiant here. Both on the 3 and the 6 minutes. He might even find a courier.
Slayer's just running on the enemy side of the map right now.
He's absolutely loving it. Yeah, he's proper giggle.
Yeah, it's a nice ward he just put down. It's going to see a lot of information. Like when Dendy's hiding behind the tower, it's going to potentially provide them with a way to get a kill on him with this Kunkka. Looks like he's just going to TP top now to try and harass this Dox. Yeah, just cutting waves. And that's the correct thing to do when your support leaves you to... you know, all these supports are running mid, right? You don't really want to sit there against the lifestealer. It's just TPing. Yeah, like... Lifestealer's got 2 points in Feast. He's probably fine now to just sit in this wave against Iron Shells. You're not getting the maximum amount of farm that you can from that at that point. On Doxy, you want to, like, you know, drag waves into camps and farm them both, right? That's how you maximize your farm. And I don't know who stacked these camps, but they're an absolute legend. Look at the money that's coming in.
Just keeping an eye on the mid lane. Like you say, Slayer and Bignum are stacked up. There's going to be a smoke coming through. Only a 2-man smoke, but FN leading the line into the... I thought he was going into the rush pit for a second there, but he's going to be coming through the right up onto the high ground on the side of the Radiant.
Yeah.
And it's going to be TSA. Yeah, he does have the Spike Carapace here. TSA, it's going to be the X-Max spot coming out. The fish as well, just so he can't get that off. The boat comes through. Spike and Bignum will get a little bit of revenge there.
That's nice. It's... I believe maybe it comes down to like mind games where you want to go on Dandy, right? You want to kill this Wind Ranger, but because they're anticipating it and they're playing heroes around that lane, or they're, you know, like I said before, the TP range is bigger, right? So it's easier for heroes on bait to react to a dive, right? So maybe you want to go on it, but, you know, you just go to a side lane because they're not expecting it, because they think something's going to happen on mid. And then you get pick off like that. I think they wanted to just contest the stacks, though. They drew a line on the minimap to go into the triangle, but, you know, it was just a bit too late.
It looks like they're going to come down onto Ghost Decay now as well. Dandy's TP'd down. Was that Shackle? It's going to be the Dragon Tail actually comes through with the Bushwhack on. It's going to be stunning up onto Dandy, but with the static start, the focus fire, was the damage there? Watson gets the kill onto... Okay, there was enough damage.
That really scared me. Then he started charging a power shot up against that TP instead of using his shackle. Thank God there was a glimpse. I mean, I'm assuming he wouldn't have let him TP out, but it really worried me for a moment.
Yeah, just a little bit. TSA is going to be bushwhacked back to a tree, but it looks like he will be fine there as well.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're not stacking the Ancients as much. Like, they made that huge hard camp stack for Darkseer, but Darkseer can also farm Ancients with Iron Shell when it's maxed.
He's just... It looks like he's trying to contest the lifesteal within his own jungle, you know, just be an absolute pain for him. Does the... Because it's been a while since I've seen a lifesteal, it looks like he's going to go for the Maelstrom. Does he at some point go for the shard? You know, does he want that open wounds back, or is that just something that you could ignore now with the Ghoul Frenzy and the amount of control that you have on the side of Team Unique?
It's good. It may be something that you want to put on him from like second Roshan, because you get your free shard from that. So I don't know if he wants to buy it himself. I don't know if it's a huge priority. You do have a Lion and a Hoodwink and a Dragon Knight on your team, so you're not lacking. Oh, and a Kunkka even, so you're not lacking for control on this team. I don't think. If I was him, I would not buy the shard this game.
Okay.
At least not till later. You have enough control. You just need to do damage.
Yeah.
Be the carry.
It looks like they want to get aggressive here on the side of Team Unique, coming into the jungle, maybe just trying to find out Watson, but Watson, he's gone for, is this the, it's actually going to be the Asher coming up for him at some point, you know, he's got that one queued up. Is this just Where does Watson go? Because I've seen people say that this is kind of how you play the Terrorblade. You get to your level 5, you go into the jungle, you just try and farm up as much as you can. Do you want to be hitting that quick Manta into something like a Skadi and then looking to fight? You know, what's the build up here for a Terrorblade?
Terrorblade absolutely needs BKB this game.
Yeah.
I believe it seems fine for him to go Manta first potentially. I'd only just be worried because if Unique come knocking at their door, you know, try and force a fight, who is staving them off, you know? And like we talked about, Darkseer doesn't have a great hero that goes in for him with Iron Shell to do that damage. It's a little bit scary. I'm dead.
Bottom lane, yeah, he goes down to the Thunderstorm. And Palintimos actually TP's down here, the TP, but the damage will be there. Palintimos gets it with a right click. We can't cancel the Nixes. No X-Max support to bring him back. That was still on cooldown. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 support for support. That's not terrible? Question mark?
It's not the worst.
I suppose you're feeding up the lifesteal a little bit more. Who actually confirmed the kill? No fear. Okay, so yeah, you get the Disruptor a little bit of farm. You know, that's his boots. That's quite nice for him.
Yeah. Back to Terrorblade. I don't think he needs the Manta entirely because you're playing against Lion, right? He's gonna, if you send these illusions to go push, Lion's just gonna destroy them.
Yeah.
Conquer great wave clear. So I'm not sure that is what they need. If he does go Manta, you know, I could see a fight going the way of where he uses Manta, instantly gets bursted because they have loads of AoE damage, and then he's like, well, I wish I hadn't bought this. There's also nothing to dispel, so it's not that great. Looks like Unique are gonna smoke and look for TB right now, though.
Might be able to find him. Smoke is gonna break. X marks the spot, comes out on the right one. The drag back as well. They have the Earth Spike. What's the damage going though? They're gonna be able to take down Slayer with that Static Storm combo. Just off screen, and now FN needs to run himself away. Dandy with the Shackle is going to actually latch through the trees, and now he's got the bottle so he can fill up that mana. The Focus Fire going to be coming out. FN, anything to stop this, he will be able to cancel the TP, and FN will eventually go down.
That was a great response there from Bait. The TB, you know, Watson playing really nicely, like dragging the creeps from the camp backwards towards his tower. You know, if he just farmed it normally, he would have died, his team would have been able to help him, but because he was playing back like that, he was able to pop the smoke, get back in time to the point where Unique just couldn't commit onto him. They tried, they were punished, Hoodwink died to the right to a Disruptor ult. It was just a really good response, quick, clean, good catch.
Yeah, the push out in the middle as well. It looks like Darkseer is going to go... He's picking up the mech at least. He's already got himself the Arcane Boots. So I take this is just the Guardian's Greaves at some point coming through. Wait, top lane. Big numbers in the trees. Is he away? Yeah, it looks like the line should be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Darkseer, it looks like it's going to be at least the mech. He's got himself the Arcane Ring here as well. What's the build up for the Darkseer at the minute? You know, is there any like special item, you know, anything that's a little bit off the wall that we've not seen in previous patches that the Darkseer might build towards here?
I can't see him building anything crazy. If I'm a Darkseer this game, I'm thinking that I want this mech, right? Because it's going to allow you to fight early. We've been talking about the burst damage. Oh, they're actually going on the
bottom lane. Yep, Static Storm. It's going to be coming through. Oh, he gets the Sunder off. And FN now needs to run himself away. The Shackle won't actually latch through anything, but the Focus Fire is still there. Wall will be dropped now as well. FN, the Infest, is going to keep him alive. It looks like, meanwhile, backlines. The Dragon Tail is going to be there onto the Nyx Assassin. It looks like they want to carry on chasing Slayer. He's going to be the closest target. Darkseer doesn't have that vacuum for the next 30 seconds, so the Surge will be coming through. Anything to slow Slayer down or... Windrun, there will be a Shackle available if you want to go for it, but Slayer, he's just trying to get himself through the trees. Now the glimpse back into the madness. It's just, yeah, quick shutdown there. What level is the field here for Disruptor? It is only level 1 on the Kinetic Field, so it's still a 19-second cooldown, but he got that off through the fight, and yeah, was able to get it off a second time, found the kill onto at least Slayer.
I think that's fine if you're Unique. I think you're really happy to, you know, run in like that, pressure the enemy carry, force a bunch of TPs, and you only lose your Hoodwink. So, I don't think they're unhappy with what just happened. If we want to go back a bit to talk about the Darkseer, yeah, this mech allows them to just fight early into this high burst from like Lion. They're just gonna fight again, are they?
They want to be going back onto this. It's going to be a good... Shackle actually doesn't latch on Hoodwink, though. Glimpse back once again, the kinetic field. He's not going to be pushed up by the Sharpshooter and Slayer. 2 deaths in... in about a minute. That's not a feels good if you are the Hoodwink here.
He just leaves heaven and gets popped right back. Poor man.
Well, at least he knows where he's going now. The Dragon Tail comes out into the Disruptor. It's going to be the Spike as well as the Dragon's Breath. Are they going to be able to do the damage? Disruptor hexed up and killed off. Bignum will be able to secure that. Didn't actually commit the Finger of Death for that one either.
Yeah, you really don't want to waste Finger like that, especially when you're playing against a TV, right? You want to invade his triangle potentially. You want to find him, kill him with the Finger, because I don't think they have enough damage to do it otherwise.
Yeah.
At least that's a little hard. He did go for this Dragon Lance, so his health pool is rising. And now he's going for Sanj to match this Yasha.
Okay.
Bignum is just pushing a tier 2 at 16 minutes by himself. That was crazy. I'm surprised he didn't get punished for that one.
I suppose it's the idea. Oh, top lane. Dragon's Breath comes out. Watson. He's going to be able to get him. Dragon Tail, the Infest Bomb as well. Even Slayer. He gets the Sunder off once again, but Ghost is far enough away that he should be fine. But now, they're going to be able to turn this one onto Palintimos. There's going to be a good Kinetic Field Static Storm combo coming through. The Focus Fire as well. Palintimos will be cut off. The Vacuum into the wall. Slayer is going to be able to get himself away from this. He tries to commit for a kill and just gets killed off himself. So bait that execution on the gank. In fact, letting the Terrorblade get the Sunder off saves his life once again, and they're going to be able to turn it around this time, taking down Palintimos as well as the Hoodwink. So how do you stop Watson? You know, what's the plan for stopping from getting the Sunder? Because just the duration of the stuns at the start, it just wasn't enough there. Is there anything you think that they need to be committing to this just to try and take down Watson? Because that's the second failed gank attempt in a row.
That was just an execution blunder. I mean, bot lane, they're going to kill Darkseer right now with the Finger and the boat. Nice. Yeah, that was just an execution blunder. The Hoodwink put her Bushwhack on top of the Dragonite stun. They just put their stuns on top of each other. Next time, she just needs to be a little bit more patient. Maybe she didn't think that the stun would go off in time by Dragonite, but she just needed to have a little bit more faith.
Yeah.
A little bit more patience. They get the stun on Dragonite, they get the Bushwhack. The duration of Bushwhack's stun is 2.4. It's enough to get like a reasonable amount of damage from Sharpshooter. If they had just waited and done it like that, they definitely would have killed the TB. He was only a couple HP away from dying. So yeah, that's unfortunate for them.
Oh, Dragon Tail committed in the river now as well. Spike Carapace is going to be used, so it's going to be the Earthspike stunning up, but they're going to be able to take down Dendy. They will. Looks like Static Storm Kinetic Field might dissuade them from going any further. No, Palintimos, they want to be chasing up. They're trying to stack through. Bignum, is he going to be able to get his first? He actually used it. Why did he use it? Did he? I don't have Dota Plus, so I can't see where that damage came from, but did he use it on the Wind Ranger there?
I'm not sure. Wait, what spell?
Yeah, the Finger of Death, because he didn't get a stack.
His Finger Bot.
Ah, right, okay.
On the Darkseer, he used it to get the Darkseer low, and then they died to the Sharpshooter.
Watson in the trees, just hiding himself through. He does have that Skadi queued up, though. It looks like Bignum's just going to push out this lane. Yeah, he's just going to TP himself away. Leaves an illusion, maybe to try and cut the wave. Ring of Aquila does come out. For does the DK take that? Is that it's not being picked up by anyone actually?
No, I'm looking at these teams right now. I'm trying to figure out what they want to do, because you have this mid tower up still for Unique. So Bait probably want to take that at some point. I think the Terrorblade is getting to a point where he's strong enough to do Roshan. If they take a good fight with meta around the pit, they could definitely translate it into taking Roche. Likewise for Dire, they have Medallion on Hoodwink, so Roche could be looking like a possibility. I mean, even right now, the Unique just scanned the pit, so they think that Bait are likely to take it. So I believe playing on this top half of the map right now is going to become a higher priority over the next like 5 to 10 minutes. It would be much easier for Bait if they can take this mid tower because you know it restricts the amount of TP possibilities for Unique to come and contest it or play around it. Right, it's much easier for them to play around their tower mid with the safety of it, and you know be scouting this Roche bit constantly. Although, yeah, they can scout pretty easily with Conquer Torrent, I think.
Yeah.
Bait are much easier for scouting. They can just keep power shotting it if they want to play around it like that. But yeah, we should be starting to get a little bit worried. This Lifestealer is the highest net worth. He's actually out farming a Terrorblade, which I think is quite impressive. He did buy the Mail Strip to help him. He's going for Satanic now, which is going to be really good. It's going to let him dispel, you know, Thunderstrike potentially if he doesn't have Rage and knows he can't escape a Glimpse. It's going to let him Purge off Reflection. Should be very nice pickup.
Do they still want to be trying to make something happen here with the Infest Bomb that's queued up in Ghostic, or is this a just leave it for next time kind of thing?
No, they can take these fights. They just need to be worried because if they take a fight and it goes poorly, like I said, they're just going to translate it into a Roshan, and giving bait Roche is how they lose the game.
Yeah.
Lifestealer, he's strong. DK's strong as well. Kunkka also just finished his BKB, so I think if they want to take a fight, now is a pretty good time to try and force one. There's no BKB yet on Dendy's Wind Ranger, so they could probably take a really good fight right now. I would believe in it if they did. There's only Terrorblade doesn't have Scotty, he doesn't have damage, he doesn't have a BKB, he has this SMY Dragon Lancer. He's a bit tanky, but if you don't go on him, if you go on someone else, you kill off this utility Darkseer. I think that could be really good for them. Maybe they'll look to smoke, maybe they'll just look to try and push the enemy's side of the map. Since they have the mid tower, they can just invade like this.
Yeah, it looks like they are just pushing in. Hoodwink doing a little bit of trying to deward, not spotting anything through. And in the mid lane, X-Muxus bot comes out from FN. He's just going to be able to pull himself. Yeah, okay. So Polintimos is like, you know what, we'll try again in a minute and a half. Because it looks like I said, Bait just playing it super defensive as Unique coming in for looking for a gank there, maybe looking to get an opening towards the Roshan.
Yeah, because Bait just want to hold off until this TB is strong enough to fight, and his peak for fighting, I believe, is probably just with the Scotty. Because they pushed into their side of the map on Unique, it does mean that they know that the top half of the map is likely empty. So Dox has gone up there to push it in. They're actually going to look. They have the ward set up.
It's going to be a drag back actually onto the Darkseer. Yeah, the wall, like you say, is there, but they're going to be able to do the damage, and Bignum will get the kill. First Finger of Death proc on the Lion. And it looks now, the arrow has been drawn. They want to move straight down into the top half of the Radiant map. But TK, Polintimos are a little bit separated from the rest of the team here.
I mean, that was a wonderful pick-off, but they did use 3 huge ults for it, so I do not think they could go and take a fight right now.
Yeah.
No ship, no finger. How are you bursting this Terrorblade? Or this Wind Ranger, even. It'd be quite difficult. In fact, if I'm Bait, maybe I want to see if I can force this mid-tower, during this downtime of ults. But looks like they're probably just content to just farm away on this Terrorblade. He's approaching the Scotty.
Huzzah.
Huzzah indeed.
Yeah, no, he is. Like I say, he's actually not too far off it now. He's, about 2k gold-ish? Quick EU math slow. But, yeah, it looks like Bignum, again, just protecting Ghostic if anyone goes onto Ghostic here. He's got 4 heroes behind him. And it looks like you say, they're just trying to protect this tier 1 tower in the mid. There is going to be a smoke rotation through. We do have the Dragon Form back up. Finger in about 20 seconds. Sharpshooter is there. Boat available as well. So if they can find... I mean, they didn't get any Observer wards down when they came through. Excuse me. Bait's jungle like this. It's just sentries, so... they don't really have too much vision on the side of Bait's half of the map.
Yep.
Looks like they're just going to show themselves, do a little bit of dewarding here now as well. So that might actually open the window here for Bait, because they've grouped themselves up. They've smoked themselves as well here. The rotation's going to come through. TSA leading the line. Does have that blink dagger. Do they want to be able... Are they going to be able to find the Lion? Actually, this is going to be big. The glimpse here now as well. It's going to drag the Lion back into a kill box. So DK, there's going to be the Infest Bomb coming through once again, but the Spike Carapace will be there. The vacuum into the wall. It's going to be a good one into the boat, though. They take down TSA. The chase is on. Darkseer, is he going to be able to get himself away with a surge? It looks like Plintimus wasn't able to close the gap, and it looks like Dendy might want to carry on going. Doesn't have that blink, but the glimpse is going to be there onto the Lifestealer, and Lifestealer is going to get locked down, stunned up, and killed off. No buyback, 50 seconds down. In fact, they might even be able to find Ghost out of this now as well. He's trying to keep himself healthy with the wand, but the shackle comes out and the dragon will be slayed. Slain?
Destroyed. Rob. Annihilated.
Absolutely obliterated.
Yep. That was perfect. That was a really, really great initiation from Nyx with the blink. He got the stun on 2 heroes. He picked off this line instantly. It's a large part of their control. Great execution. Also, Dendy with a very quick shackle after the glimpse on the Lifestealer. I feel like Unique maybe made this move. You know, they smoked up from mid. They went into the enemy jungle. You know, they started to pressure the tier 2. Maybe they're feeling pressured. Maybe they feel like, you know, this Terrorblade is really picking off now. They didn't get what they wanted out of their last smoke, so maybe this smoke was enough for them, and it's just it's not looking good anymore. It's looking a little bit scary. This TV, having had such a good fight, he's now 200 gold off Scotty. He's gonna be even stronger for the next fight. This is looking really scary for Unique, I think.
Mid lane. The shackle is just going to be latching to 2 creeps. I think that was the next Marx's spot coming through from the Kunkka. Yeah, just to pull himself out of any danger. They're going to try and do a little bit of D1 here, taking down the sentry wards, but now they start Roche. And like you say, with the medallion, is that a full sword crest? It is a full sword crest here for the Hoodwink. Roshan, well, the power shot comes through, so now they know the smoke coming through from bait. Is it going to be a good blink? Oh, the wall into this is the combo that I was talking about. The takedown 2. Is it going to be 3? The boat will come through, but 3 heroes dead on the side of Team Unique. The sharpshooter's going to be off the mark, and now the glimpse back onto Hoodwink. Hoodwink, this is going to be a fable. He's not going to want to be repeating. Tries to get himself away from this, but again, another good impale. Bait just say thank you very much for starting the Roshan. No. We'll take it from here.
Rob, I was gonna say in the jaw, if they actually get this vacuum disruptor like Nyx stun combo up, I will lose my mind. And they actually got it. I'm so proud of them. Look at them go.
It's just the setup as well. They know not everyone needs to be in the Roche pit after this, so they've got Dandy, they've got Watson still in there taking the Aegis, and the rest of the team are looking to push out. You know, just push this mid lane in, try and make it easier, because I mean, the lifesteal is only just now coming back up, so this could be a little bit of damage into this mid lane tier 2. Hoodwink Slayer will be spotted here by TSA, so it looks like the Darkseer, yeah, he's just going to run himself back. But no, the Roche pit was the absolutely perfect place to put that down, and they executed to perfection. I feel that was an amazing go on there from Bait. You know, they had the angles right. They had TSA coming in from the back lines, you know, coming through behind the Roche pit there as well. It was just, yeah, okay. And I'm gonna, like I say, I just love that combo.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I mean, I have 2 thoughts about Roche Pit. We literally just talked about how Unique felt pressured to do stuff. I think them running into Roche Pit like that was another example of it, how they want to just progress the game for themselves, and they're doing it maybe in a way that's a bit messy. You know, they're getting smoked on like this by Bait, and even though they got power shotted, so Bait knew they were in the pit, they then stayed in the pit as 3 and just got comboed. I think staying in there like that was so greedy by them, and they needed to back off and reapproach how they were going to take the fight.
Okay, well that's going to be tier 2 tower on the top, going the way of Bait. Palintimos though does get himself a paladin sword. That's quite nice, right? He's close to the Skadi as well. He's what, about 500 gold away from finishing that off. On mid lane, they're picking about Ghost. It could be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, never mind. Yeah, just moved himself away. But yeah, how nice a power spike is this? Oh, okay.
They are actually going in.
Yeah, they get the impale off. It's going to be a double bushwhack though, was the shot. It's actually going to be the spike carapace that stuns up Hoodwink now as well. So Hoodwink's just going to go for the TP. He's having PTSD issues here. You know, we've seen it. I'm going to die, so I just need to leave, and Ghostick left for dead. Well, Bignum pushes out the bottom lane.
I'm surprised he went pipe on the DK. Like, usually everyone's been rushing these BKBs so they can take fights. Last game we saw DK go into the BKB straight away. You opted for pipe, which is nice, but you're just gonna die like that if anyone ever finds you. maybe they were just hoping to death ball a little bit earlier. I think that's probably the purpose of an item like that. They wanted to, you know, take this DK, take this lifestealer and Kunkka, who had a great start, and then just push towers down and go fight and win. That's usually what you buy it for the purpose of, so it looks like their plan has failed for them and they're struggling a bit now.
So what is the... Like you're saying, Unique's being pressured to make these moves. What do they need to do? Do they need to just like slow it down, get a couple more items, or do they need to be looking for a specific pickoff? Because Watson's getting pretty darn big now, and the lifesteal is falling way behind. You know, even with this Satanic that's just being picked up. You know, is it something that you think Unique could do to try and force the way back into this match, or is Bait kind of just in the driving seat now?
Well, you have to wait for this Aegis to expire. I think your best bet is using heroes that can split push like Hoodwink to just try and shove waves the best they can, create some space on the map. It's kind of hard. Your Kunkka can't really do it. He can obviously go and push out with X marks, right? But he doesn't have a blink. Yeah. So if this Nyx is set up on the side lanes, Nyx is going to be able to help you get pickoffs. I think Bait are in a really good position with their heroes to just punish, like what Slayer's doing, right? I mean, even Disruptor's really great with Glimpse. If you can just like slap a ward down, see an enemy, oh, they've spotted him. You know, this should be a kill.
Yep, the Glimpse back into the status. So he actually gets the sharpshoot off right before, so it's going to be a little bit of damage with Disruptor. No fear. Probably did the majority of the damage though now. Yeah, oh, they do find Watson. This could be the Aegis. The finger comes out. He's going to be taken down. The TP responses, I think they're on cooldown. But it's going to be the Aegis being picked up at least. So Slayer this time died for a cause.
Honestly, you were asking about what they should do on the side of Unique. That was really great. They push the lanes, they force TPs, and then they use the chaos to
Bignum stayed a little bit too long. He's going to be able to get that Hex off. Is there going to be any rotation? Well, there is going to be rotation. It's going to be Watson coming in. And the blinks forward, the vacuum back, and the kill off of Bignum. Yep. Yeah, Lion got a little bit too brave. That is not his jungle to be the king of, and he gets punished for it.
But we can take some hope from what just transpired, you know? Terrorblade has Skadi, he has BKB, he has Dragon Lance, and he has SMY. These are all items that give you a lot of strength. He's sitting at 3k HP, and yet, with their heroes, they were able to take down the Aegis without him getting Sunder off. That's good. This is probably about as tanky as this guy is going to get. Maybe he'll buy like a Butterfly. I think that'd be really strong. Oh, he looks like he's just going straight for a Daedalus. So yeah, this is about as tanky as he's getting. So as long as Unique can find ways to get pickoffs or start only on this Terrorblade, you know, there's hope. There's hope.
And I suppose sometimes that's all you need. He does have a Paladin Sword of his own coming in here with the little crit stick. But let's see what he can do here on the side of Team Unique. Because, I mean, Bait are controlling this map really well. Like you said, they did get the pick up onto Watson here, Team Unique. But I think if Bait stick this together, Roshan, it's going to be at least 1 minute and 45 seconds before the Roshan's back up as well. So that's a decent window, you know, that Unique could look to try and maybe get a pick off, question mark, as Dendy's rotating through. TSA's leading the line here as well with this Vendetta up. Is there any sentries? There is if he gets close to where the team is now. And TSA, I think he's just outside of the range of it, so he's going to be able to get in. A go onto the cliff as well. The vacuum up. Sharpshooter will push off Hoodwink off. Palintimos is going to be able to TP himself away from this, it looks like, but Slayer should be taken down here once again. Slayer.
TP to the shrine.
Excuse me? Palintimos? This is not where you want to be.
What a mistake.
And that's 60 seconds, no buyback on the lifestealer there as well. He's 500, 600 gold away from being able to fully buy this one out. And with the Metamorphosis up for at least, it's only about 1/3 of the way through. Watson, the rest of Bait are going to be able to... I'm getting flashbacks to the first game where the Dragon Knight was coming in with his ultimate up all the time, and you know, the carry can't buy back. This is going to be a lane of racks. Is this actually going to be, with Palintimos being down 40 seconds, did they try and force out 2 lanes here?
Meta's gonna run out soonish, but I definitely think they can get 2 racks here. they're probably waiting for Lifesteal's buyback, but it's just not going to come. I thought his TP lasted a little long in the jungle there, but ooh, that was the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life. His body just popped up next to Terrorblade. It's like, oh whoops. I mean, what can you do? You can't just cancel your TP when you realize where you're going, but...
Yeah, do you think he thought that the rest of Unique were going to try and commit that? Maybe look for fight. It's Bignum once again killed off by TSA.
That's rough. No, I think the way he did it was he TP'd via his mini-map, attempting to try and go to the tier 3 top, but he must have misclicked slightly too close to the shrine and just TP'd that. I've done it before. It is so annoying. And it's,
see, I don't have quick cast on for my items, so anytime I panic TP, just a quick double tap and I'm back to the fountain. Even if my team's fighting, it's like, no, come back to the tower. It's like, nope, I'm out. I'm out and good luck.
Yeah. I mean, high school players want to go to the towers and stuff. Usually, when they TP out, they don't want to go back to fountain.
Well,
because if you want to continue that fight,
okay, Sheep, just rub it in. High skill
players. You know
players.
what, Rob? You know, I just don't want to hear it. Go back to fountain. That's so selfish. Your team needs you, bro.
But I don't want to die.
Yeah, you gotta. You know, if they wanted to extend that fight, then Lifestealer needs to be there at the tier 3.
Yeah.
So they can keep going.
He is back up now. Interestingly, we've not spoke about this. I've only just noticed it as well. Wind Ranger went for the Aghanim Shard, so he's going to be able to kill secure anytime that the Nyx Assassin starts to rotate around with the Vendetta and the damage that he was doing, because he threw it out on the line there. The Nyx Assassin already secured the kill, and Nyx going for the Aghanim Scepter here now as well.
Here's some more smoke.
But Roche, Smoke's going to break TSA though. He's inside the Vendetta. I don't think there's a sentry on the back lines. What are they going to be able to do? Dragon Knight tried to blink himself in. He get that Dragon Tail off, but he'll still be killed off. The Vacuum drags him back. Palintimos is the finger though. They take down No Fear in return. Palintimos, the Rage will be wearing off. The buyback comes through from the Disruptor now as well. But it looks like Palintimos is going to be a good double shackle with the Static Storm combo now as well. Lifestealer is down 73 seconds. No buyback. And Roche is 5 seconds from respawning if they dip their heads into this pit now as well. 1 second, he's coming back up. TSA, just check it. In fact, they don't even need to check it.
Go in, Dundee.
Because the buyback comes out from the line, but again, 450 gold away. Lifestealer, no buyback. He's buying up his items. He's got... This is going to be another lane of racks, right?
Yeah. Well, mid for sure. They can pressure bot as well. I mean, they must think Lifestealer has buyback, but he just never uses it. They'll just back off. I think they know that Roche is up now, or spawning very soon. It's pretty much towards the tail end of the respawn timer at this point, so it's much safer to just take that, secure your shard, and then go and finish the game. They're not in a rush at this point. They're, you know, creeping up in net worth. They're much stronger. Their TB is way too big. He's got fadeless. He's dealing damage. I don't think there's any way for them to fight anymore on Unique.
Who do you give the shard to? Is this a Terrorblade shard? It looks like it is. I don't think
his shard is very good. I mean, he's taking it, but do they have shards already on everyone else? You said Dendi had it. Darkseer's isn't the greatest either. He does have a blink. Yeah, I kind of want to see Darkseer blink in and punch someone. That'd be a great initiation.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen normal punch picked up.
No. They did buff it recently, I think. They made the illusion a bit stronger. But, I mean, there's no one's illusion you really want on Unique, I don't think.
Yeah, your heroes are good enough at the minute. You know, why would you need to take up one of Unique's heroes as well?
Yep.
As we do get another pause, but everybody's reconnected. Hopefully we'll be back within a couple of seconds. And if we take a look at the swings on the XP chart, you know, that's a proper roller coaster, but it's still climbed the way of bait. You know, there was a big dip, but again with the net worth, it swings down a little bit in the mid game, but just that massive climb, you know. It's just bait are on just on a one-way track to the moon. It looks like on those two charts.
Yeah, good for them. After losing game 1, it must have been a bit demoralizing, but they've clearly come back and shown that they're strong enough to take a game off of Unique, potentially even then take the series. And I think that's exactly what bait need. I mean, they've they've been through it. They founded the org last year, in like January, I think, and they've gone through a bunch of different iteration of players. They tried with the Brazilian boys for a while, and then they went back to a mostly Russian lineup for this DPC league.
Yeah.
So it would be nice for them to find success. You know, I miss seeing Dendy around at tournaments and stuff. You know, I'd love to see him at TI again. That'd be great with Bait.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Because, like you said, I miss him at tournaments as well. You know, he always brings just a massive energy. And it's just fun to watch. But for now, he needs to bring his massive energy into winning this game. And 40 minutes in, it's 25-12. They've got a 16k net worth lead. I think this might be do or die time for Team Unique. But this time, the Lifestealer does have a buyback. So if Bait want to force this in, there is still the ranged racks in the mid lane. But yeah, Terrorblade has the Aegis, he has the Shard. Which is quite nice, you know, the movement speed, the attack speed for 7 seconds. It's not, you know, it's not groundbreaking, but just the extra, you know, every little helps.
I think you're right. I mean, it's when I read the Shard tooltip, it doesn't tell me the cooldown, but I'm looking at it now, and it's 14-second cooldown, and it lasts for 7 seconds. It's actually incredibly strong. The 20% HP is not too much of a drawback, especially when he's got this well, okay, he's dropped the Paladin sword now, but he had lifesteal, so he wasn't struggling with the HP.
Yeah, and he's holding the Aegis as well, so at least for the first life, you don't really need to worry about your health. And Terrorblade with the Sunder, he's been getting these Sunders off. I think it's only once they've or he's failed to get it off in a fight. You know, every other fight he's been keeping himself alive. He's not died. He's 5-0-10.
I do enjoy what FN is doing on his Kunkka. I was interested to see what route he would go with his item build, because I of course think that the like Ags build is very fun. You know, you have Water World going off, you're in the middle of this team fight and no one can do anything because there's just torrents left and right. He's just straight up gone 2 Daedalus. He has 2 Daedalus and an Assault Curious. I think if there's one way he's gonna wipe this Radiant team, it is with an absolutely humongous Tidebringer hit.
Yeah, he's even got the rapier queued up to go into just for that extra damage. The torrent will be there. The illusion's dealt with. Oh, you look at that! But again, another big vacuum kinetic wall, static storm, and it's just gonna be an absolute demolishing and Unique. They just call GG.
It's just that easy.
we don't need to see any more. We are done. Palintimo's keeping himself alive through this, but the game's already been called, and yeah, like, maybe ban the Darkseer next game.
Oh my god, that was so beautiful. It was just talking about what Unique can do, and then they just die 3 heroes like that. I mean, I guess you can criticize their positioning if they're allowing themselves to get vacuumed in like that, but seriously impressive stuff from Bait there.
And yeah, if we take a look at the scoreboard, just to rub it in a little bit more, Palintimo's going 3-5-4. You know, he did finish up that Heaven's Harbor, which would have been nice if that fight didn't immediately end. But the 6-0-12 on Watson, you know, even if it wasn't the biggest amount of kills, there was just they couldn't, you know, Team Unique just couldn't find the opportunity to shut him down. Like you say, there was a little bit of missed times with the stuns. The rest of the team in the team fights, he was just being protected. You know, it was such a good execution from the entirety of Bait. Obviously, Watson played really well himself, but the team played around the Terrorblade, protecting him, you know, keeping him alive. It was so good, and Team Unique, maybe just a couple of errors, you know, if they'd have played the stuns a little bit differently, maybe the game goes either way. But yeah, Bait played that extremely well, I think, though. And I'm looking forward to Game 3, because both teams in the games that they've won have looked incredibly strong, and I have no idea where this Game 3 is going to go.
Yeah, I don't want to say there was any drafting errors on either side. I mean, I thought this Wind Ranger would do worse than it did. I would like to say I guessed that Unique would lose Game 1 and then they won, and then I thought Unique would win game 2, and then they lost. So whoever I think is going to win next game is probably going to lose. So I just won't say anything next game. But
Kyle, is that you? Are you...
I'm Carl Jr. Look out. But I definitely think it was mostly an execution problem. I think Unique's kind of just ended up taking these 3 rushed engagements in the mid game that lost them the game when they still had a chance. If they can tighten that up, you know, they are an upper division team. They have been having better experience than Bait recently, so maybe that can carry them through. But I'm happy that the series is so close as it is. Honestly, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for both teams.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to game number 3. But before that, we are going to take a quick break, guys. So stick around. We'll be back with game number 3 right after this.